Kelly Dale with Off the Beaded Path, and this is your Must Know Monday for Monday, November the 16th. Today, I want to show you how to make a wrap bracelet in Christmas colors. I'm doing my version of the wrap bracelet. That doesn't mean that this is the perfect way to do it or the exact way to do it. Everybody kind of has their own way. But I'm going to be using you can use a 1.5 or a 2mm leather cord. I'm going to use white. I'm using a Swarovski button in crystal. And then I'm using a 6mm bead in red, green, and clear. Now, you can do these in any color that you want to. These are just colors that I've chosen to use for some Christmas colors. So, I also have a needle with about 2 yards of Fireline. You can use Wildfire. You can use the new Nano Feel, kind of whatever you want to use. But you just want to make sure it's a good, strong cording. And I am using the crystal color since I'm using white leather. And like I said, I've got about 2 yards with a needle on one end. So, let's go ahead and get started. To start out, I've placed my button right in the center of the cording, and I put a knot right underneath the button. Again, I'm using the Swarovski button in just regular crystal color, and my ends are almost even. I did a pretty good job. But I'm going to separate my two cords, and I'm going to use my needle, and I'm going to pick up my very first bead. I'm going to put it in place where I want it. Okay, so my thing is over, under, over, under. So I'm going over the bottom thread, under the top thread. So I'm going over, under, and I'm going to hold that bead. And I'm going to leave myself a little bit of a tail here that I can hold on to. And I'm going over the top cord, through the bead, and under the bottom cord. And you see I've got my hand on it, and I'm going to pull this through. Completely through, pulling it nice and tight, and I'm going to do this a couple of more times. So I'm going over the top thread, through the bead, and under the bottom thread. Then I'm going over the top thread, through the bead, under the bottom thread. I'm going to go through this first bead at least 3 to 4 times. So over, through, and under. This way I know this bead is locked into place. Over, through, and under. Alright, so this little tail that I had, I can let go of it now and put it to the side. I'm going to pick up my next bead. I'm going over and under. Now I'm going to come back down by going over, through, and under. Pick up my next bead, over and under. And as you can see, I hold each bead into place. Now I'm going to go over, through, under. Pick up my next bead, over, through, and under, over, through, and under. So that'll be my mantra the whole time, over, under, over, under. And you're going to continue to do this until you have enough wraps to go around your wrist. Once, twice, 3 times, however many you want. So once you get the length of the bracelet that you want, then you're going to take and lock in the very last bead like you did the very first bead. So I've went through that very last bead several times. I'm going to make sure that little thread is back behind it here, and then I'm going to make a knot. And I want that knot to be close to that last bead. Now you want to take your button and you're going to decide how big your buttonhole needs to be. So my button needs at least this much room to be able to get through that hole. So now I'm going to take and I'm going to make a knot right here. Now that I have the knot in place, I've got a loop that's big enough to hold my button. So all I'm going to do is take a little piece of glue and put right here where this string's coming out, and then a little piece of glue right here where this one's coming out. I'm going to let that dry and trim those tails. If you want, you can trim these two little tails right here and also put you a little dab of glue on the very end of this knot, and you'll have your wrap bracelet complete. So I hope you enjoyed this simple wrap bracelet. Again, it's just super simple and it'll help you have a quick holiday bracelet to wear. Be sure and come back next week when we'll do another great Monday project. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.